This is the backup file of our episode of Toss the Dice. Due to an issue with the primary audio recording program on this particular day, led to the necessity for using this audio file. However, it creates some problems with the background music, and as such, if the audio cutting in and out occasionally will bother you, then please seek out the summary, which you'll find on this channel. I'll post it, but not in the main playlist for this series. With that, thank you for listening, and if you feel the need, listen to that summary, and then you can move right on to the next episode. After accepting the deal from Zebras and agreeing to pull a job on Mazadon, one of the most dangerous beings in Mogterra, a dragon with ancient might to rival even gods, the party is left to take some time to prepare and form their allies, to bolster their strength, so that you are ready for the task ahead. What do you do?
Pertinent to let the rest of our friends know, and I look to Ophelia and Gillian, and then I say, secondly, I think it'll also be appropriate to procure disguises once again. But instead of role-playing as a god of love, more of a demonic fashion. What do you say?
Why so? Why
well,
demonic fashion, would you say?
Well, it paints the target at something else that's not us. And second, Mazadon is already has an eye out for what did he say again? The agents of Avalier. So if the agents of Avalier are associated with us, then it will most certainly make things worse. Additionally, I wouldn't want Drauga to know where any of us are.
Right.
At
As
any
you plan
rate,
this, talking to each other, Liana is going off to her new room and unpacking her things.
Perfect.
And somewhere in the middle of the conversation, she runs down and is like, "This place is huge!" And she like runs past you and she's like, "Can I take the wallet, Dad? I gotta go shopping."
No. I'll be there with you in a second. Let me discuss a few things first, and then we'll move on afterwards.
Skids
In
to
the
a halt
meantime,
before reaching the front door, turns around, she's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go check out the garden then," and runs the other direction across the house. Barely avoiding running into Henry the butler, who deftly dodges out of the way, maintaining his hold on a tray filled with teacups without spilling a single drop. And he says,
apologies, Henry.
No trouble, no trouble. I don't mind the young master. He brings you the tea for your plan, and goes about his business.
Excellent. I look to Yontai and I say, feel free to accompany Liana in exploring the facilities, as well as unpacking. You've earned it.
She nods and says, "I most certainly will. I think if I don't familiarize myself now, I'll lose her. I won't know where she's gone in this place."
Excellent. Thank you. All right. With that in mind, and I turn to the rest of the party and I say, I believe that in order for us to prepare, we should separate. Make sure to get the word out fast. And to have some of us already start preparing. And I gesture over to Liana, and I say, she'll definitely come with, and so I must prepare her.
Sounds good. Well, speaking of getting the word out, I think we all know someone who will love this this chance of getting at Mazadon's horde. So I think I'd better go and let them know that that's happening. I think she would kill us if we didn't. So
Excellent.
she, yeah, whatever.
Most certainly, during the day-to-day, she would be known as Ecker.
In regards to you, Gillian, you have a knack for divine magic despite your sorceress abilities. Would you happen to be able to know well enough to teach my daughter?
I'll be honest with you, Fane. I don't know. I've always had my spark. From a young age, they've been able to tell I've had it, but I've never been actually able to unlock its power. But I'm wondering, Fane, if you're going to be training with your daughter, maybe I should join, and if I can unlock my divine power, I think I'd be a lot more useful to everyone.
Yes. That'll be good. I do remember you saying that you had a spark, but I never saw it in display, but now it makes a lot more sense. Yes, I'll feel free to come and join. I know some magic due to my patron, but I'll try.
Excellent. Are you training anywhere specific or just in the mansion?
In the mansion, I think.
Yeah.
Don't you have a training room, or do you just want to go train on the grounds?
Probably the grounds, I'd assume.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we actually didn't address this between sessions, but you guys have leveled up, and that means that you actually get to expand your mansion with your newfound wealth.
Oh, it's all been so fast. Did we actually get any time to build some of our facilities?
Technically not. There has only been a couple of days since you pulled off your heist, so at least in world it is perfectly sensical that has yet to happen.
Okay.
Yeah, we can probably next
yeah,
session we'll go over.
We can address it. Yeah,
I was gonna say probably
between sessions and just kind of
Okay.
clue the audience in on our choices. That way they don't have to necessarily sit through the decision process and get the exciting reveal instead.
Okay.
Sam, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna recommend that depending on how the next heists go, we can maybe just save it for afterwards, depending on if we have to get out of the city or not too, basically.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's funny because I actually have a training area that I want to install here. Yeah.
Well, either way, you have plenty of room just generally in the area. You could even train in the garden. And
Just don't mess up my plants.
I wouldn't dream of it.
okay. Then should we start with the visit to Iki or with the training?
Let's.
I'm fine with either one.
Yeah, but let's do Iki if you don't mind, Sam.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay.
Cool. Let's do it. Let's run it.
Let's see. Have you already obtained your upper rank?
I'm not sure. I thought that we got it as soon as we moved into the city.
The
So
third
you
ring?
have, yeah, you have your second ring, but you are now wealthy enough that you could probably afford to push to the fourth ring, even in status, if you so choose. Which
You just get a free day pass from Iggy, right?
yeah, the other thing that you could do is get a day pass from Iki.
I
But
think
if
that
you had your
I
rings,
think
you
right
wouldn't
now-
have to wait for her permission to enter upper
I
rings.
think for right now, I'll just. How much is the fourth ring?
You would have to give a gift of at least the value of very rare.
Oh,
Okay, then I think
Or-
I'll wait on that because that'll take time. So I think I'll just contact her secretary person to get me a free one.
Diva,
Yeah.
or is it Diva, or is it
Her secretary is Vita. Yeah.
Vita?
Vita.
Vita.
So I think I'll reach out to Vita to escort me, I guess, to get like a pass to go visit her.
Yeah. That'll work. So you arrange a meeting. Are you meeting with Ecker in the which is to say out in public, or are you trying to meet with Iki in the underground?
Iki specifically.
Okay.
But where?
Wherever Iki wants to meet. I'm just trying to find out where she is right now, because I'm assuming that she can meet like that. I just need to figure out where she is right now.
Okay.
Because she could be up in the ring as Ecker right now.
She usually is, but that I think actually because it doesn't matter to you, it'd probably make more sense to just meet her in the council room, the inner
Okay.
circle. So you make your way through the ferry borders to the black market, and you find your way to the inner circle's meeting room. There, Brynja has set up, she has built out the pocket dimension to include a basically a laboratory where she has been experimenting with the sparks. And you arrive a little bit before Iki. As she enters, she flutters in her true form. And she says, "I was surprised to hear from you so soon. Does that mean you're considering my job?"
Slow down, Iki. Let's sit down and have some tea before we talk about what I have in mind.
An excellent idea. She excitedly like zips around behind you, kisses you on the top of the head, and like zips out to get some tea. And she comes back with this very fine tea, and she says, "And we could drink finer than this if we rob Mazadon," and hands you the cup. And Brynja's like, "Give it up already."
So as she takes the tea, she says, could we possibly talk in a more private space?
Oh, certainly. And
No offense, Brynja.
she glances at you, and she looks very offended. She says, yeah, I suppose, right this way. And she flutters over to the other side of the pocket dimension, and she says, we'll just create a silence spell around us here.
Okay. So, so
Unless
before
it needs
she's
to be more private than this. You're not
no,
coming on
no,
to me, are you?
you wish.
I know
No.
I am beautiful. And she shakes her hair.
Yeah, you wish, Shiki. But no, this'll do fine. So before she speaks, she takes a good sip of her tea. And she says, so I have some good news for you anyway. I do believe that there could be an opportunity for your dream heist. And just around the corner, no less. And she takes another sip of tea. So, I'm sure you're aware of the Day of Naught, correct?
Yes. That would be the perfect time to hit Mazadon.
I'm sure you've considered the day. However, we've had an external source give us an offer for something in this in Mazadon's horde. One thing specifically. However, he in exchange for this item, Fane and I have received some levels in Warlock to help us with this heist. But I figured that I should also include you in this because, I mean, I'm sure there's been nothing else on your mind.
A demonic benefactor. Very interesting.
However, I figured that if we were going to do it, we would want all the help we could get. So having these extra levels of spells would definitely better our odds. However, I figured we only have 4 days. So I'm not sure. Well, actually, I take that back. I'm sure you've had some time to think about all the possibilities and ways we could possibly pull off this heist. So I guess what I'm saying is that if you're still down, which I know you are, we're in.
Excellent. And with this benefactor, you think we can cut out the rest of the circle?
Well, I guess that's up to you. We already are benefiting on the side of our benefactor with, we got the levels of Warlock, but we have also drawn up a deal with him where we'll be benefited in other ways. However, I wanted to bring this up to you to see what you thought. This was your idea, after all. I don't know why. Let me rephrase this. What are you thinking in not including the rest of the inner circle? Wouldn't we theoretically want them to be a part of this, since that increases our chances of being able to pull it off?
Oh, I assumed you were the one who wanted to cut out the rest of the inner circle. Of course, the advantage would be less of a split for the profits.
Well, to be fair, I'm not all too concerned about profits. It's Mazadon's horde. Well, there's enough profit to have us having gold come out of our ears for the next 5 years for all of us, so I'm not too terribly worried about that. But what I'm saying is I have no problem having the rest of the inner circle involved in this. But so do you have any thoughts?
Hmm. You think you can do this?
Well, I'm definitely loaded up on all the spells I could want. And Fane's definitely got a lot more, more capability, more than he already did. I think it's possible. If it was just Fane and I would definitely be a little bit worried. But with the aid of what the black market has to offer and the abilities of you and the inner circle, I feel like it's definitely possible. And I'm assuming that you've done your research, correct?
I have. It's a good
So,
plan. I think it just got better. Let's bring Azog in.
which one's Azog again, DM?
He's the monk who died
That is
on the
neck
last
snap.
mission.
So Iki, before we bring in the others in on this conversation, I'd like to change keys a little bit. So the reason mostly as to why I wanted this conversation to be private is because I have something very personal to ask you.
I see. We have been friends for a long while.
And we've been flying in the same circles. So so to speak.
Interestingly so, yes. Unexpectedly so, yes. I'm all ears.
True.
And she kind of floats up and crosses her arms and is listening intently.
So this is gonna seem kind of out of the blue, but we are both immortal, right? We both, unless we get killed, we theoretically will live forever. And we have both lived a very long time as it is. So how, for you, Iki, how have you handled and how has it worked for you with relationships and romance? Because I've had my experiences, but there aren't very many of those like us whose lives are lived this way, and we live and we think a different way because of how long we live. How have you managed, and what has your experience been?
Well, it's a very deep question. Wasn't expecting that from you. I'm afraid, Ophelia, that your information is out of date. You are very likely, but some of the elders of our people, fairies, at least our kind, she shrugs over to our wings, the elves and the gnomes. We do live a long time, a far time longer than humans. But, while we are long-lived, we are not immortal. As I said, the eldest of the fairies have already begun to die.
I had the impression that she was greater fae.
She's not greater fae. But either way, this is genuinely kind of new information. So fairies have a life expectancy of 900 to 1,000 years, and Mogterra is 1,050 years old. So the oldest of the fairies have
Are
only
now starting to die.
recently died. Yeah, in the last 50 years. The first couple of fairies have just died of old age. So
makes sense.
As a result, this actually, however unintentional, it makes perfect sense that Ophelia may not have heard yet about that.
Okay, I'm glad we got some clarification then.
Sweet. So,
Sorry, keep going.
she says, to be honest, I don't know. And she kind of shrugs and she says, I guess you could say this is a part of it. And she shows off her wealth and the black market. She says, I have lived a long time, but knowing that my days are numbered, well, I think that the black market is a part of that purpose of living my days to their fullest. That said, in matters of love, I've danced around the fairy courts, but I don't know. I think that perhaps love is a thing of passion, one that you allow to occur rather than one that you seek.
So, but what I'm thinking is that for those of us who do live for a very long time, there aren't many options for us in terms of people that could be potential lovers, right? I mean, most people won't live a fraction of the amount of time we'll live. And like you said, you've danced in those circles, I've danced in those circles, and in some ways those options are so few. And I mean, now that you bring it up, I guess now, for people like me, my options are now even fewer, knowing that even other fairies and fae don't live forever.
I see. This is about rebellion, isn't it?
Not necessarily. I mean, he was a part of it at one point. Because, well, I guess you have to start somewhere. And he was a start. Fortunately, there was an end. But he, I guess one of the only reasons I really considered him, aside from me being more insecure at the time, and gosh, if it was me now, I never would have breathed his air. But but the fact of the matter is, Iki, is that he's a god, and as of our current up-to-date information, gods don't die unless they're killed. They're immortal and they will live forever. And as far as I can tell, that's how it's going to be for me. And I guess would you say, DM, that we're Iki and Ophelia are roughly the same age?
Yeah, probably very similar ages. She's
Okay.
probably around, like, in between 300 and 400 years old.
Okay. So, Iki, you and I are about the same age, or, 100 years, give or take. But the thing is that we've lived lifetimes, and we've experienced so much. We've experienced things that, people could have only dreamed of experiencing because of how long we've lived. And I guess I've lived so many lifetimes now that I've gotten a taste of what forever might feel like. Knowing that I may have to live it alone is becoming a more difficult thought to live with. Because I've had so many adventures, I've seen so many places, I've done so many things, and my life has been so full. But after years of people I've come to love and care about living and dying in a blink of an eye, seemingly, I guess I've kind of tried to stay somewhat detached, which is why traveling with people like Fane and Gillian has been kind of strange for me, as I've purposely tried not to travel with people and be close to people in that way for a while, in an effort to try and save myself some unpleasant feelings. But
in many ways we have similar experience, I think. We both know what it's like to befriend the shorter-lived species of Noctera. We find ourselves in a curious situation, being on opposite sides of the coin. Here I found out that life is too short, and you found out that it's too long.
That is true.
Curious.
I guess what I'm saying is that I'm tired of living life in a way alone. And Iki, I know you've heard around, you know about my beginnings, you know about where I come from and my parents, and that my father has been dead for about, what is it, maybe 90 years. Feels like
Not
yesterday.
Long already.
I know, but ever since he died, I couldn't. I knew that there was always a chance that he could, but back then we thought the fairies would probably live forever, just because there didn't seem to be any, sight that there would be an end. But when he died, and seeing how it affected my mom, I know that the other gods give my mom crap for falling in love with him, but it was true, and it was so genuine, and their love, growing up seeing that really left an impression on me, and I want that.
To be like her.
Yeah, I am, and I never want her to know that, but I just, seeing how it affected her, I don't want to live through that. I want to learn from that and hopefully avoid that, which means that I'm left with only one option, which is to find someone who can't die by aging.
The way I see it, you have 3 options. 1, you can find someone who will live as long as you. 2, you find someone, and, well, you may not die by aging, but you can die. So, if you so choose, you could manufacture an expiration date on yourself. Or, the other thing you may not have considered, that you can accept the way you are and take things as your mother does, as they come, and also as they go. I must say, this is all too philosophical for me. I much prefer to live life on my feet rather than in my head.
I
or
understand.
on my whims, I suppose.
It's definitely a lot easier to live that way.
But take it from me, I've had a few crews now. They come and go. You enjoy them for what they are. Anyway, that's my take on it. Of course, you can do your thing and meet some fancy god who lives as long as you do, and you can, go do whatever it is gods do, like you.
Well, but that's the thing, is that I mean, I'm sure it's no surprise to you, but I'm not a fan of gods. I mean, obviously Prevelian was not left a sour taste in my mouth, but most of the gods, I don't want to generalize, but I've been around in the circles because my mom is in those circles, and I most gods are pretentious and obnoxious and self-absorbed, and they're just not great people. And I'm not willing to settle for that, you know? So,
Oh, Ophelia, she ruffles your hair, almost condescendingly, and she says, "You need to see the world. Oh, there are gods out there who are, oh, so noble," and she rolls her eyes. She says, "I've conned a few too. They are, rather gullible in their benevolence."
yeah, well, if you find some genuinely, like, you know, good gods with a heart of gold, you know, I'd be interested to see who they are, because as of now, I have not met any. There are some decent gods, but good gods like my mom, I've met very few, if any.
Hmm. I see
Maybe
you're not
they're
gonna let this go, Ophelia. So,
well,
I
I'm just
have
considering my options, I guess, before I change
to
my mind.
wonder, have you considered with newfound wealth, your newfound power? Maybe you could, branch out, find your way to those circles. Hey, you're even rubbing shoulders with demons. As far as I know, demons are immortal.
As she says that, Ophelia's just kind of is like deadpan's like, oh, I guess, huh? Hmm. I guess that's true.
I don't know, attend the godly courts. And get yourself out there.
It's an idea. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll go to some kind of gathering, and I have nothing to do on a weekend.
There is another thing. Something I've considered for myself. Amass enough power, or gain a god's favor, or a demon's, or perhaps even a Fey Lord. I hear that, sometimes they grant mortals immortality. The other thing is that if you learn how to transfer sparks, I have heard that there are some, even humans, born with the spark of immortality. Perhaps you already know her. She's been alive even longer than you have. And she's human. Are you familiar with Tabitha? Tabitha Elswith?
Yeah. Oh, Tabitha. Yes. Yes, I know Tabitha. We're good friends, actually.
Oh. Well, that would make it awkward to steal her spark. I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
probably not gonna do that.
you could always find someone, and if you like them, and they're not immortal, maybe you could make them immortal. Heck, maybe you could make me immortal. Are you sure you're not coming on to me?
All jokes aside, those are all, you're right, those are all options, and some of those options are definitely ones that I'll consider. I guess I just have to make a choice and move forward on that and see what happens. I guess the reason I bring this up ultimately is because of what we're going to do in 4 days. Like we said, we have a lot of power backing us up, but again, there's always that risk. There's always a risk going into things like this, and knowing that we're going to do this, there's always that chance that people may die. Heck, something comes up unexpectedly, I could die, you know, and I guess a lot of those heavy philosophical thoughts have been swirling around in my brain too. So.
Yes. Have you ever considered, after robbing Mathon, you could ask him out? As long as he doesn't know it was you that robbed him.
I mean, technically, dragons, you're right, they do live forever.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. We'll see. Who knows? There's a lot of stuff happening that I never thought would happen, so maybe anything's
Certainly.
possible. We'll see. We'll
I
see.
hear Mazadon's quite dashing in his mortal form. In his human form.
I'm sure he is. But I guess if I'm rubbing circles in godly galas, maybe I'll happen upon and get to see what he looks like, and I'll tell you first person perspective.
Well, thanks for keeping me updated once you're out of our league. And she elbows you. And she says,
Okay.
don't, don't wait up for me, but, I plan on, maybe even passing you. I've got bigger plans than a pocket full of gold.
Oh, if
Mass
I know
enough
you,
power?
Iki, I'm sure.
You can ascend to godhood. That's the way I see it.
I'll be honest, I've thought about it. I mean, having gods. Oh, go ahead.
Maybe I'll let you in on one more secret job that I have been starting to work on. After we rob Mabassadon, if I slay a Fey Lord, I think that'll be the optimal ticket to my immortality. And she, shrugs her shoulders and, it's like, but that's later.
Wait, so how would she get immortality by slaying a Phalor? Just taking do they have immortal sparks or something?
She plans on taking his place, almost Highlander style, absorbing his power.
Okay.
After killing him.
Some Dragonborn type stuff where it stands in front of their corpse and absorbs them.
Yeah, it would take more preparation than just stabbing a Fey Lord, but yeah.
Okay. Sweet.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's definitely something to godhood. I mean, I don't know. I think ascending to godhood, it's not something that I've really considered in the past, but as of late, I have thought about it.
Wow. Now that the gig is on, I have some preparation to do. So it's been very nice chatting with you. And
As always.
I'm touched that you would open up to me like this. Honestly, I worried that maybe we weren't this close anymore after you went away for so long. I was worried that our friendship didn't keep in the interim. I'm glad to see that it has. And she puts her hand on your shoulder and then says, "But like I said, I've got money to make, so bye-bye."
No, I get it. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And she dashes off to go presumably find Azog and clue him in on the plan.
Okay.
So after that, Ophelia will actually walk over to what's her bucket? Brynja. And say, well, maybe Iki's crazy idea isn't that far after all. And just kind of knowingly just kind of smirks at her. So, how are the sparks coming?
It's coming along. I haven't been able to completely tap into their power by any means, but I have been able to detect it in a more deep way. Best theory I have for now is that magic items could be made with these. Very potent magic items could be made with these. I don't know what we would do with them otherwise. Yet.
Interesting.
And she kind of casually like turns and goes back to working on stuff, and she says, I think that in order to figure it out, I'll have to move on to some live subjects. And she continues working.
Ophelia just kind of raises her eyebrows and like, sounds good. Well, I'll leave you to it. And Ophelia goes to return back to the Bastion.
Yeah. Training.
Sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Liana has finished unpacking. She's run amok through the mansion. And she runs back to you. You have told her that you would go with her with her to the market.
Don't die.
Yeah, like sudden onset death. Yeah, so you have promised to go with her to the market, and as she runs back to you, you are presumably ready to begin training.
Sweet.
It's winter outside, right?
It is the very end of winter, so it's still cold, but you're probably done with the last of the snow.
Okay.
It'll transition to like, you know,
Spring.
April showers, spring flowers kind of thing.
Yeah, Ophelia's favorite time of year. Yeah, baby, this is her time.
So, did we just go to the market to buy her some stuff, and then now we're getting ready to train?
Up to you. If you want to just be like, nah, training first, you can. Just
Okay.
Eat your dinner, then you get dessert.
I look to Gillian and I say, I know that you recently have a few items that you've obtained, but I think it won't hurt to have a few more. You want to come with us before we train?
Yeah, I'll come with. There's a few
Excellent.
things I have in mind.
Excellent. Excellent. All right, Liana, Gillian, off to the market it is.
To market?
cool. Liana buys like a couple of new dresses. She buys like a fancy hat, a bit of jewelry.
She's just
So,
going all
by
out.
the way, so Ophelia actually gave her this money.
Oh, getting on a good
You
side.
did?
Yeah, Ophelia said, "Buy yourself something nice, kid." And I know, well, it's also partially because she knows that they've been living in like humble means, and so she wants, and she's also growing. She's a growing girl. She needs some cute outfits to wear, you know.
Yeah. She buys.
She also gave some to Yontai as well.
She buys an upgrade for her spell book. She buys some fancier daggers. She upgrades her shrine to her goddess. And yeah, by the time she's done shopping, she only spent like 10 gold, but already that's like way more than she's had like most of her life.
Yeah, I figured as such.
Is Yontai on this trip with them too?
Oh, good
Yeah,
question. Did she
she's
come
much
with?
more modest with her purchases. She's like,
Okay.
she buys like a few like sturdy dresses. By the end of it, she spent like 5 silver, something like that. Or not silver, electrum.
Oh, okay. Okay. I say, first I'm gonna give Yontai. Let's get her used to a little bit of extravagant spending here. So I'm gonna give her some. I'm gonna start off. We're gonna wean her in. So we're gonna start off with just 20 gold. I'm gonna give
Just
her 20 gold. Just 20 gold because she's been spending electrum and that's worse. So let's get her on some of that. And I say, yourself. And as for you, Anna, I don't think you would like to wear your dresses and your, well, expensive jewelry to battle. So let's get a few more items that would prepare you for your
What's to come?
adventure,
She
shall we?
claps her hands together and she says, Yes, let's do it. And she's like, do you think I could get some armor fitted to me?
Indeed, that is precisely what we will be doing.
Do you want to
And
do
I-
some fine craftsmanship and go to the upper city?
If we're gonna go in and jump, or not jump, but steal, it's functionality over the drip itself. So no.
The craftsmen of the upper city are just better, generally, than the ones of the lower city. They're not just making more expensive gear, it is higher quality.
How do they fare against the market? It's the black market itself.
The black market? The black market has excellent craftsmen, for sure, but usually they're unregulated, they're evading taxes down there. You're more likely to get a magic item that has a curse in the black market as a result, just because they don't care about like the quality. So when I say a curse, I don't mean a true like it was meant to blight you. It's more that their magic items are buggy, kind of sometimes.
Okay. Then, yeah, I best not expose her completely to the black market quite yet. So yes, we will go to get some fine craftsmanship.
Excellent.
Okay. I look to Gillian and I say, hopefully they're as good as the ones in the high courts of Avalier, but I suppose you'll be the one to judge.
So we'll see.
Okay.
All right. She gets some fine armor, and I don't know that there's really a need to go too in depth on it, but
Nah.
as you obtain the rights you need to go to, that's going to I mean it is going to take like a kind of a chunk of change, but it's not that much compared to the wealth you're about to make.
Okay. How much am I minusing off of right now?
So the oh gosh, here we go again.
Ah, shoot.
Here we go again.
Yeah. The magic item. Are my magic items? More modest main hirelings. Weapons.
Oh. By the way,
Yes.
can I add mithril armor to my stuff?
You absolutely can. It'll be 10,000 gold.
Worth it.
If you do 1,500 gold, then the entire party can get their upper rank status. So if you want to split this cost
15,000?
3 ways, then you can get your party registered together.
Okay. So yeah, just everybody take 5,000 off of their stuff.
Perfect.
Okay. Also, I got a very quick question.
Yes, please.
So, do you know how many rings you're able to wear at a time?
Yeah, it goes up to technically 7 rings. There's only 6 rings of the city. The 7th ring gets you.
Oh, no.
Oh.
I was gonna. Oh, I should. I forgot that's what they're called. I was gonna. Magic item rings. My bad.
Attunement. Attunement wise, you can only attune to 3 items at a time.
Only 3.
Magic ring. You can wear as many magic rings as much as I'd assume you could have with your fingers, right?
Exactly.
But
It's 5,000, right?
yeah, but it's the attunement part that will get you. and most rings have attunement.
Yeah.
So remember you can only be attuned to 3 items at a time. So that's the big thing.
And that just means like those are the only items you're able to use at once, basically.
Yeah.
Like have active.
A lot of potent magic items take attunement, and the attunement portion of it will like kind of lock out a lot of the thing's abilities.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Because
So yeah, you can put on a ton of magic items. My philosophy behind it is that like you can wear as many items as you feasibly can on a like in human scale, but like you can only attune to 3. So
attune to 3. Okay. Because I was just kind of curious because I kind of was wondering if it'd be worth it just buying like another reign of spell casting just to have a few more things up our sleeves. Basically, it's kind of was my thinking.
Yeah, just wearing like a ton of spell storing rings can be just because you can like pack one with a bunch of shield, pack another with like your most common spells to spam.
Yeah, you can enspell. Enspelled stuff is good.
Sure.
Yeah, feel free to figure out what you want. In terms of Liana, I would like to give her a few things that would augment her stealth and her spellcasting. So she has her ring of spell storing, but I would also like her to have what's it called? It's a cloak. But I would like her to have the
it says if you need.
Oh man, that's not what I was thinking. Maybe
like the cloak of elvenkind.
Yes, that would be yeah. Yes, I would like her to have the cloak of elvenkind. I'm assuming she's attuned. She's going to be attuned to the ring of spell storing, which I would prefer her to be.
Okay.
And then I'm just kind of building her up so she can be as optimal as she can, so she doesn't die.
Okay. So that's fair. Let's see then. So probably like yeah, in that case, you thinking probably like maybe mithril armor, cloak of elvenkind, and maybe in addition to that, let's see.
I'll let Liana, since if she knows what she wants, then I'll have her choose one other thing as Liana, but I would highly recommend that the items that she uses are going to be useful for her. So
Yeah.
She's only 17, so we'll see if she knows.
Yeah, and that's not a problem at all. Okay, so
Cool.
Let's see, mithril, unless if you want it to be +1.
Oh yeah, that is
yeah,
true.
so +1 mithril is rare, and regular mithril is gonna be uncommon. So depending on which one you want to do between those two.
How much is the rare?
The rare is going to be on the lower end of things. It's going to be about $1,000. $1,000. 1,000 GP.
1,000 gold.
1,000 monies. Whereas the
monies.
common mithril is going to be like closer to 300 gold, so a lot cheaper.
Oh wow. If I were to get dwarven plate from here, how much would that cost? This is a point of reference.
Okay, dwarven. No. So dwarven plate would cost. Oh, actually, let me whip out the map here. Let's see. Roll 20, baby. Whether or not dwarven plate is expensive will largely have to do with ease of import.
Okay.
And off the top of my head, I cannot remember where the dwarf city is in relation to you. Okay. So
That's a very rare item. But I figured
yes. And
I figured I'd ask.
the dwarves are rather secluded. They're not a part of the there's a whole slew of cities that kind of cluster around the Bergenorden mountain range, but Mechanus, the city in the sky, the dwarven city, is far to the east and in the sky. They don't have much trade with the outside world. So dwarven plate would be very rare indeed. You are looking at the upper end of things. You would probably pay like 30,000 gold for it.
Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and just grab the +1 mithril plate.
Okay.
And we'll call it a day. I just wanted to get a point of reference.
Perfect.
Cool. Yeah. So let's get. So that's going to be what, 1,000 gold?
Yep. That in addition to the cloak and the what was the other thing? It was the cloak, the armor.
It was just the cloak and the it was just the cloak and the armor, but whatever Liana wanted to add.
Oh, okay. Let's.
Yeah.
Then she may add a maybe a weapon to that.
Okay.
Perhaps.
All right. You mess with that. I wonder if she wants to stick with the daggers, though. Who knows?
Oh, she does want to stick with the daggers.
Okay.
Yeah, let's. And most importantly, we're gonna jump over here to. I need to pull up Liana's character sheet and add these items to her.
Yes. Because
Okay.
she's the backup, right? So.
Yeah. Okay. Let's sideline that for now and take care of more immediate player things, because I can do Liana weapon shopping after. Just give me a budget for that.
A budget? At most, let's do like at most 2,000 gold.
Okay. Awesome.
And then I'll have Gillian figure his stuff out, and then we can train. So,
Sweet.
if you're ready to pick out your items, Gillian, do it.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like I was asking earlier, I think it'd probably be worth it for me to see what options there are for more rings of, or what are they called?
Ooh. There's a
Ring
few.
of spell storing.
Yeah, you have a ring of spell storing.
Yeah.
You could pick up the ring of protection, which helps you with saving throws in your armor class. I would even go outside of rings, and I would probably pick up. I'm not sure how expensive this is going to be, but I would pick up like the Ione stones.
Ione stones. What do those do?
They're basically like floating stones that augment your abilities. So, you could pick up an Ione stone of protection, or an Ione stone of awareness. There's one called the Ione stone of agility. Like absorption's a good one.
How do you spell Ion?
Ion. IOUN.
Okay, I see. Because I'm trying to figure out what might be good to braid. I think it'll depend on what we decide to do. Because for what I have now, I already have a Rain of Spell Storing, and you said you can only attune to 3 items at a time, then?
Yes. You can have them equipped to you.
You just can't.
You have to attune. Yes.
To get the magical effect. Okay.
Yep, precisely.
Because I got that Cloak of the Bat, which helps with stealth, which might be useful.
Okay.
Then I got, obviously, my my Ring of Spell Storing, which, that's always just kind of nice. And then I got my Wand of Paralysis, which might be useful, but it might also be inefficient for how high of a level of a dragon that guy probably is, unless there's
well, he'll be asleep and we're not going to be fighting him, so that's a big thing to remember as well. We're just robbing him.
That's the plan anyways.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah, that's the plan. I'm not sure if we're going to be fighting him or not, but
hopefully not.
I mean, yeah, hopefully not. But let's feel free to take what you feel like is right. I would pick up is your charisma to 20 yet?
What is it? I forget actually. It is, yes.
Okay. I would even pick up maybe an Ion stone of insight or fortitude. But that's just me. You feel free to pick up what you want. But yeah, I would look for items that would either you would be using, or or it would be useful to you on the spot. Like having good saving throws is good. I mean, a Wand of Paralysis is super solid. You could still use it to paralyze people, right? So I mean, it could be a super solid maybe a get out of jail free card. I don't know.
Right.
Maybe not against Mazadon, but maybe against his other goons, right? So
right.
Also going to be a lot of magical things around that area, I'd imagine, to protect Mazadon.
Yeah.
Maybe things that would help against magic.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll let you figure that out.
Yeah, I'll look for a little bit here, see if there's anything.
Cool.
Okay.
Well,
then we can get to training while that happens. Then.
Yeah,
maybe.
I was gonna say let's not because I won't be role playing the shopping right now anyway.
Right. We could go back to it maybe too then.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can even retrospectively just say that you've bought it, so I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Okay, let's just do that then, so we get on to the good stuff.
Yeah.
You make your way back and you begin training. Is there anything you are hoping to do in particular? I think I'm probably more curious about what Gillian is doing potentially, as I know we had talked briefly about you potentially trying to expand your power.
Right. Because... Oh, what would be a good way? Because we kind of talked about that I could possibly, trade in a bunch of my gold for, what are the special coins called again?
Oh, the P.
You could trade
the
in
P...
gold for parasaical pentacles.
Yeah, the pentacles. Because that could possibly be an option.
Yep. So in exchange for what would be, 80,000 gold.
Yep.
You could gain 4 levels of sorcerer. It would still require you to try to contain the power, because absorbing that much divine energy all at once could be dangerous potentially, but it would supercharge you. It might jumpstart your abilities.
The spark.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is there any way that Gillian would have heard about using the... Oh, why do I keep forgetting the name of them?
Pentacles.
The parasaical.
Pentacles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, certainly there have been people who have used it for a variety of things. In minimal doses, some people have used them to power magical abilities that they otherwise wouldn't be able to cast. But if you try and bolster your magical reserves with it, that it would be like not a super familiar process. It's not like you could buy a guide on how to do it, but you know people that have.
Okay. So, well, I'm gonna walk up to Fane then while Fane and his daughter are training and kind of talk to him then. Hey, Fane, I kind of want to talk to you real quick.
What's up?
Well, like I mentioned before, I feel like I want to increase my power. I have my spark that I told you about earlier that I haven't unlocked yet, so I've been trying to think of some ways to possibly unlock the power. Do you have any idea of how that might be possible? I only really have one idea so far, but...
When I awoke my spark, I was actually... Funny enough, I was training. I was working on ways to push myself. And as consequence, I guess you would say as a consequence of the amount of stress that I put under myself, through my physical training, I awakened my own spark. Now, many sparks awaken different ways, many different ways. For you, since you're a sorcerer, it could be a very strong possibility that absorbing magical sources of magic could assist you. Otherwise, you could simply do a lot of training to supplement you in that. It depends on what you're looking for, though. Are you looking for the hard way or the easy way?
Well, I'll be honest. Most of my magical abilities that I have now were through training back at home. My father would have all of me and my siblings training every day. That's where I got most of my magical abilities. And as I say this, I kind of create just a basic cantrip in my hand, minor illusion of just, just kind of looking, then it goes out. I don't know if normal train would be the way, at least to unlock my spark as for now.
Right.
That's where I got most of my powers now, which is good and all, but I don't know if it'll be enough, especially in a few days here.
Then I take a gilded pinnacle out of my pocket and I toss it up to him. Then the hard way it is.
I catch it.
I said before that's a possible way of you being able to increase your power and possibly unlocking your spark is through you putting yourself under stress, but also finding magical source pools in which you can increase your power. Well, the coin that you hold right there is a source. Gather enough of them and absorb them all at once will put you under tons of stress. Might even kill you, depending on how much you put into it.
I see.
But you'll get strong nonetheless.
Well, not if I die, but, well, if I don't get this power, I guess I'll die. There's a good chance I'll die anyways.
It just depends on how much magical power you're absorbing.
Could I do it?
I would suggest... You're saying?
Would I be able to do it a little bit at a time, or is it all at once type deal?
You could do you could do it a level at a time, certainly.
Mm-hmm.
But
that might lower the risk.
Yeah, potentially.
Potentially.
The more important thing is that you couldn't go less than 20,000 at a time.
Less than 20,000.
Less than that won't cause the proper jump start for your power.
Okay.
Of course, the other thing you could do, if you're seeking out divine power, is you could seek out a god who would be willing to give you It would certainly be more stable than absorbing raw divine energy.
I'll say this as Fane. That will be up to you. In terms of the sources of power, the Gilded Pinnacle isn't only one thing. But that would be for you to research and understand yourself. But for me, my patron, the fastest way was to pay for it, literally. So, if you're willing to pay for it through your own pocket or through whatever source is given to you, then I would take it.
So, ask a god or some sort of entity, basically, just to lend me their power.
Good. Or you can absorb the pentacles you have and obtain it yourself.
I'll be honest, Fane, and it might just be a little bit of my family's ego talking, but I've never been a big fan of borrowing someone else's power. I think I'd rather try to do the pentacles.
Well said. I'm the one to talk, but if I were you, I'd be doing the exact same thing, rather than borrowing somebody else's power. I put a hand on Gillian's shoulder and I say, with whatever you do, I'll support you.
I nod to Thane. All right, let's do it.
All right.
And so
I gestured to Liana to stand back a little bit.
do I have these pinnacles yet, or do I just have the gold?
You would technically have the gold. You would have to go exchange them.
Okay.
It's like a 8. It's an 8 gold fee to 80 gold fee to exchange them. So you can just subtract. We won't worry about the semantics other than subtracting
80,000, you said?
and 8 gold.
80,000, 8 gold.
You can just
look. I was on board for 80,000, but 80,008. I don't think it's worth this too much.
yeah, breaks the bank at that point.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right. So I could imagine that we're in the center of the courtyard. Fane and his daughter are both there watching. I'm just on a big pile of these coins, pinnacles. So, Fane, how exactly do I do this? Do you know?
Are you asking me? I know nothing of absorbing power.
Go ahead and make a charisma check.
Charisma check.
Yeah, a flat charisma
check. 10.
I'll say this. Oh, no, go for it. Go for it.
10?
Yes.
Okay. Gillian gathers the gold, or the pinnacles, rather. And with the 8,000 coins gathered, as he gathers them, they're slowly, like, sinking into one another, creating, like, this singularity. Until it's, like, this glowing ball of energy. It's super bright. Like, as you're in the room together, it's like you need the shades to look at them when it gets to that point. And he reaches out and touches it, and as he does, his head, like, throws back, and power starts, like, arcing off. Lightning bolts are striking the area around you. Go ahead and make a dex save for yourself, and I'll make one for Liana.
Go ahead and add +5 to her save.
Will do, and I also will use inspiration on her behalf because she bombed the roll. There we go. Turned a 10 into a 27.
There we go.
I got a 10. I'm failing this, so.
Okay, go ahead and take
by some energy.
20 points of radiant damage and 20 points, or not 20, I'm sorry. 10 points radiant damage, 10 points lightning damage.
Okay,
as you're
so
struck by this. She is going to skip out on the damage entirely. And we need
I'll
to roll 2 D100s.
We're rolling some,
or Gillian.
For Gillian.
We're rolling some D100s?
Yep.
Okay.
2 of them.
Just 2?
Right.
104.
All right.
I hope that's not damage.
So, 100. Wait, 104.
Like 004,
like
right?
104. I got 74 and 30. 104 together.
Oh, I see. No, yeah, no, they are separate rolls. So I'm sorry, it's 74.
Yeah, I got 74 and then 30.
Okay, so 74, and then the other one was 30. What?
Just 30.
Oh, just flat 30. Here we go.
Not 30.
Okay, so first off is a wild magic surge. As
Wild magic surge.
the next time you cast a spell that deals damage within the next minute, don't roll the spell's damage for dice. Instead, you gain the highest number possible. I will allow you to hold this ability.
Okay.
For later, so we'll take off the minute cap. Just the next spell you cast is going to be max damage as your overcharged abilities hit. As for the other thing, you get pretty severe backlash. Go ahead and roll a D4 and then take 20 points of damage.
Okay.
It is radiant damage and lightning damage, so if you're resistant to either, you can reduce it. But
So 24 damage.
and then what was the result on that D4?
4.
Ooh, max. That's 4 levels of exhaustion. You will be able to roll 3 of those off though before the day of the heist, because you get 3 nights and so it's 4 days, but you have 3 nights to rest. So by the time of the heist, it'll only be 1 level of exhaustion.
That's good, at least.
Unless if
Now
you
for
can
an
find
item.
someone who can cast Greater Restoration to roll off that last level of exhaustion. That'll be -2 to all your rolls if you don't. So
well,
you probably
I got some
want to for
good
the heist.
news there.
Oh, you have it, don't you?
I do.
Don't forget, it does have a gold cost. You can spend that in Pentacles, though.
Okay. Got you. Oh, so.
And then the other thing that it happens is that you where is the okay. I just need to find the mishaps table.
Mishaps.
And we can move on to the next thing.
Nice.
Sweet.
Oh wait.
Can we? I was gonna say, could we do a little scene there?
What do you mean?
So I got to level 14 now. Then did it work?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Can I kind of explain how it looks? Maybe add a little flair to it.
You can add whatever you want to my description.
Perfect. I could imagine that is how it would go. As the power courses through me, I feel my spark unlock finally, and as it does, these angelic wings come from my back. The divine power coursing through me, my body shaking. I look down at Fane as I float into the air before being knocked back, passing out from it.
As he falls to the sky, I'll go ahead and catch him.
Oh.
Yeah, as he falls from the sky.
That's what bros do.
That is what bros do.
And then I give him a kiss. No, I'm just kidding.
Gives him a little kiss and tucks him in for a nap.
I tuck you in for a nap.
Good night, bro. Kiss his forehead. Sleep well.
Rub his tummy. Get him some rub his milk.
Does your tummy hurt? Oh man. But I catch you, and then I look to Liana, ask her if she's safe, and then I kind of lay him against the. I kind of lay him against like the wall or a bench, and I call over Henry to help me bring him over to his quarters. So, and then I'll resume Liana's training. Gonna work her.
Yeah. You're surprised. She's fast. And she's been sparring with some of her fellow champions to Diana. I'm rather of Diana. And you quickly realize that training with her and sparring with her, you are the better fighter of the two of you, but you don't need to pull your punches. She can at least keep up. She lands some hits on you, and it's something that you actually have to push yourself to actually not just match her but beat her.
Sweet.
That said, you do win every sparring match. Your newfound powers aiding greatly in that. But during that sparring match, she says, still nothing. And she drops the daggers and she seems frustrated despite her successes, and she says, Diana said that, Lady Diana said that, I have a spark somewhere inside me. I think that I haven't been able to tap into its power, but it's gotta be something, right?
Yes. Indeed it is. Like I said to Gillian, and now you, it will come at a time when you most need it. And it'll most likely come at a time when you go through great stress. For now, hone in on the progress that you've been making. And the time will come when this spark will give you aid, as it has with me. I will say though, I did not expect someone of your age to be as proficient with daggers as you are. You make me quite proud.
Thank you, Father. And she stretches and lays down in the grass in the garden and says, Ophelia's done a great job with the place. I rather like sparring here.
Indeed she has. Just make sure to not stumble upon her many plants that she so cherishes. I did. So I'm saying this for your own good.
She nods, says, all right, I'll be careful.
Excellent. I look over to the sun. Where are we at in terms of daylight?
It's fairly late in the day at this point. You've been sparring for a while. So,
okay.
It's probably about time to turn in.
Perfect.
I do want to ask... Oh, go ahead, please.
I say, all right, well, everybody should be back. Let's go for dinner. Henry is procuring something quite nice tonight. Not that I'd be able to taste it. But I'm sure that you'll have plenty of food for you to eat for me. And I take her daggers and I hand them over to her, and I give her a pat on the back as we to kind of gesture to her to get some dinner.
Yeah. She does, and yeah, it's dinner is indeed fabulous. All right, then the last thing I want to address before we wrap up today then is there anything else throughout the week that you want to do to prepare other than just like some semantics planning?
I think I'm just gonna lay down for a little bit. I'm a little tired.
I am wondering, because we're gonna cover logistics tomorrow, not tomorrow, but next session, right?
Yeah, briefly. There shouldn't be too much to go over, other than like
It's some of those
floor plan.
Okay, because depending on some of those, depending on the situation, I would like to, and our plan, I would like to buy a couple of items to help us bypass a few things, like
Okay.
like for example, using a what is it called it's a bell that allows you to cast knock, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah,
Or,
yeah. Make
stuff for Oh, go for it.
go ahead and in between sessions, make a list of those, and I will send you the price so that we don't bog down too over next, since it'll just be
Cool.
like shot.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes me time to look up the prices of it. So I think that'll
Perfect. Also, Arcane Eye does not work, right? Because Mazadon can see it.
So gods tend to have true sight. Dragons do not necessarily.
Okay.
At least
The question is, does Mazadon have it?
yeah. If he does, then he's definitely different from his normal dragon kin. Dragons do tend to have blind sight to a certain range, which isn't quite the same.
Yeah, it'd have to be close enough for him to acknowledge it. But
Yeah.
okay,
So,
sounds good.
Ophelia wants to she wants to my face boy. Ophelia wants to, when she gets a chance to get Fane alone, she wants to give him a haircut. She got the beard, but she needs to trim that massive hair. If he's gonna die, then he's gonna die looking, put together.
So
Not everyone's gonna see it, but okay.
You go at your funeral.
Yeah.
can you have a funeral for a dead man? Right? Like if a dead man dies, I guess you can have a funeral. It would
It's
just feel
two
very
funerals. His second funeral.
His second breakfast of a funeral.
Funeral.
What about second funeral? Yeah, okay, that works. And then yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us for Toss the Dice. We hope you enjoyed the episode, and we'll see you next time.